World Health Organization is warning that hunger, poverty, malnutrition and the spread of disease have reached alarming levels in the Democratic Republic of Congo. WHO says violence has made the situation worse, with close to 10 million people displaced in the restive east due to a prolonged conflict which has escalated in recent months. A quarter of the country's population, around 25 million people, are facing hunger, with 2 in 5 children severely malnourished. There are also tens of thousands of cases of gender-based violence. But it is not just conflict. Climate shocks, including flash floods, have displaced millions more. These conditions enable the spread of deadly diseases and have placed an extra burden on the country's already fragile health system. WHO says the situation in the DRC is now the second largest displacement crisis globally after Sudan. And we spoke earlier with Shelley Tarkaral, the DRC spokesperson for the World Food Programme. We began by asking her how bad the situation is. Here's her response.
The situation is pretty bad. I've just returned from the camps in the east, and Goma, the city centre, is slowly being enclosed by camps which are just full of displaced people who are running away from the fighting. And they've been displaced not once, not twice, but multiple times. So when you leave Goma to the camps, on the road towards Sake, towards where some of the frontline fighting is, you're starting to see real density of small, flimsy, makeshift shelter with families, probably 3 to 4 children, crammed into very tight spaces. It's still the rainy season. We saw a lot of rain last week, and there's no clean water. There's the risk of disease, the risk of hygiene. With the World Food Programme, we are giving food assistance, we're giving cash where we can, but because of the fighting, people have just been displaced from their land. We've met one mother who is a widow. She had a very small baby with her, and she unfortunately was herself malnourished, and her baby, her daughter, who's 9 months, was also suffering from severe acute malnutrition. So when you do the measurement of a child's arm, and you can tell what the levels of their nutrition status is, and very sadly, because there's so little access to food. I mean, the country itself is facing a population of almost 24 million people who are food insecure. And in the east alone, when you are forced to leave your land, this obviously has a knock-on effect. And I just want to add as well that for those of your viewers who know the Democratic Republic of the Congo, this is a rich agricultural land. There is water, there is land, it is fertile, it has the 3rd largest rainforest in the world. So there's no reason for people to be hungry. This is a country that could actually feed the entire continent of Africa.